Good evening, traders. Matrix here, and I know it's a little late, but here is my daily recap of my small account challenge. Today, I took 5 trades, all on W day. I'm gonna name this lesson or this recap the too many setups lesson or too many setups recap. All right. So before we get into it, let's take a look at W day, the chart, and my pre-market plan going into the day. So last night, W day was on my watch list, and I was calling for a continuation day long. Okay. And in my thesis, I said as long as the stock is holding 163 to 162 and a half, it's a long, and it would be a continuation day. All right. So let's take a look at the prior day before. Okay, let's disregard this action. Now, I had the chart data up to here, and my plan was based on basically this little up run here, this trend line, right? Let's change the color on that. And I was saying last night that since this ticker was an earnings winner, it had made 52-week highs. I was looking at it like this. It had made 52-week highs. It's dangerous to short. It could have another day up, and that BMO actually came out with a price target of 170 instead of 165. And I said that last night, as long as this support zone holds, okay, as long as this support zone holds, it's a long, and we could long it up to the 170 area. So let's mark that off for you real quick here. I was talking about this zone right here. All right. So lo and behold, today, what happens? Today, at the pre-market open, it gaps up, hits up right at the open, literally at 170. Okay, as you can see right here, the very first mark of the pre-market open, 170. All right, and from then on, it basically pre-market it started selling off. And I was saying, by the time the stock hits 170, the institutions are going to start taking profits and pull it back down. And my way of entering was to look for a dip at the open to hold this trend line and then rip it back up, test this highs of 166, and that would be my long target right here. 166 to 166.25 was actually what I called out last night. Okay, so let's change some colors here on these lines before we get into my trade recap. Okay, green being support, red being resistance, and I also called that the stock is gonna play kind of like a consolidation day. So in a sense, I'm looking for trades that's gonna be happening in this area, and we are just gonna play within this range. All right, so what happens today is basically this. All right, this happened. And as you can see throughout the whole day, it basically ranged literally exactly from the bottom of where I called it to the top where I called as well from last night. So how did I play this? Well, before we get started, let's pull in my tickets here. I have traded 14 tickets on a day. Unfortunately, though, I ended up the day red, and we will dissect these trades for you. I played 14 tickets right here. I ended up the day red, $45. And after commissions tomorrow, I'm probably going to start at $13,580. All right. And here are my positions. I played both the long and short. All right. So let's get into it. I have marked off 5 trades. To be quite honest, I did not get up and in front of my computer till 9:38 today. So this is when I sat in front of my computer and loaded up. And that's terrible on my own part because that just simply shows laziness. And I wasn't able to wake up on time for the market. So once I booted up the computer, the stock has already sold off in the morning, bounced back, and hit the best mark to short. Basically, was the highs of what I was looking for yesterday at this 166.25 area. All right, so yesterday's highs, let's mark that off. And we can delete this line actually. So as I woke up and turned on my computer, the stock was already right here at this yellow line. Okay, so basically a big part of my thesis already played out, and we missed the first VWAP tag or the VWAP slap here. I missed it some more over here, right? And I missed the rejection of yesterday's highs here. So I basically missed a lot. Okay, by the time I turned on the computer, it did tag the VWAP or tried for the VWAP once again, but literally it just booted up. There was no time for me to think, and there was no way I could have caught this short entry. So let's zoom out real quick and take a look at this red line. This is yesterday's highs, okay? And my first trade was going on my thesis. I was looking for the support line of 163. Let's change that to green, and 162.50. So let's bring it down here. This was the support zone I was looking for. Okay. Now, as I woke up, I was pretty pissed at myself already for waking up late, and I saw this coming down already, and I saw this red candle come down, okay, and I saw it made a lower low from the prior low, so basically that, and then I saw it pop up and opened right here, okay, so ideally this is kind of like a double bottom. Okay, so I'm like, oh shoot, I just missed this double bottom buy. That's fine, I'll wait. So I was watching it go up, got rejected and stuffed, and then it was basing, and this candle right here basically made a higher low than the previous low candle. So I was thinking, okay, this could be my chance. This could be the triple bottom or double bottom I was looking for. So I started mapping out the lines like this. And of course, the next candle opens up even higher, very subtle. And then the next candle shot up. So I'm thinking, okay, this has basically triple bottomed. It had potentially, here's that triple bottom right here. It had potential to go red to green because this was yesterday's closing price at 164. So red to green is very powerful. I'm telling myself, okay, I missed the perfect entry right here. However, I still have a chance of red to green. If the next candle pops up over the previous red, I'm taking it. All right. So this candle basically shot up and I took it. And my first entry was a buy at 164.35. Now I know it's very far away from this red candle. I also waited for breakout of the 9 EMA as well to get long. So basically I had 3 ingredients there, right? So I took it long, and it filled me at the top of this green candle right here. If I move this bubble, you can see that's where it filled me. Okay. And my risk was basically a little bit below this bottom right here. So this was my risk. Okay. So I took it for 50 shares. Now it might seem like not that many shares for 50 shares. However, the amount I'm risking from 1635 to a little bit below here at 63.35, I was risking $1. So 50 shares was basically my I was basically risking 50 bucks. Okay, and my target was to attack this high of day. Okay, so I basically took it there and I was okay with it. Now, what you can't see here on the chart was the spread at that time. The spread on W day at that time was popping between 40 to 60 cents each tick. Okay, so the spread was stupid wide. Okay, by the time I got in, I was already red. When I got in here, my spread was actually right here. All right, and then the next candle opens, it pops up, it opens low, it pops up over my entry price, and I'm thinking gold. All right, and then immediately it got stuffed right back down, and then my emotions got a little swayed there. Next candle again, it opened, it dropped, and I wanted to wait until this candle finished before I stop out, although it did hit my stop out mark. So it basically drops below my stop out. Okay, I wanted to wait for the candle to finish, and it finished just at the stop out mark. The next candle, it comes up again. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm still safe. I'm still trading according to my plan. And then it closed as a doji. All right. So I still also waited for this candle to close. The next candle, it dipped a little bit and shot back up immediately. I was thinking, okay, my plan is still in play. All right. Then the next candle opens lower. It tries again for the red to green. It got stuffed. And then the next candle, it basically dojied one more time. And then finally, we have this massive candle coming down. All right. So in hindsight and in theory, the theory was good. As a triple bottom and seeing this higher low, I do like the theory. I do like the thesis. All right. Looking at this trade right now, there was one mistake that I made, and I didn't realize it until I look at it right now, is that I'm looking at the volume down here. There was no significant volume. See how when I entered, basically this triple bottom was not an exhaustion bottom or exhaustion volume, right? The volume was very low. It's more of a consolidation type of bottom, okay? But when this got bought up and this got bought up, still the volume wasn't great. Okay, it's not significant compared to the prior volume candles. So that is probably the one mistake that I made from this trade. I still like the thesis though. I guess for tomorrow, next time, if I'm going to take a double bottom or a triple bottom type of trade or the setup, I really have to keep in mind that I'm looking for that bottom candle really needs to put in significant volume. For example, something like this for me to start to get interested, right? So when this pull down came and the volume wasn't there, it was basically there was a sign for it to continue to come down. All right, so that's the first trade. Buying from here, stopping out here according to my plan, and I basically lost a whole dollar on that. So 50 shares, I already lost 50 bucks in a small account. That's a big deal. In the sense, I did oversize compared to what the spread was, because the spread was 40, 30, 40, 50 cents. Okay. And you couldn't see that right now. I wish you guys could see it, but compared to the spread, that was oversized, and it makes risk management really, really difficult. However, I did stop out as soon as my plan failed, and I saw the stock come down hard through 163. Okay, now as I see this come down hard through 163, I saw massive volume. Okay, this was significant. Okay, so once I stopped out, but I saw how it came down and broke all support levels that I've previously drawn, I was thinking, okay, as prior support now becomes resistance as long as the stock holds under this 163. It's now a short idea. And because the daily chart was so extended, I thought that this idea was definitely viable. Okay, so I waited for a pop right back up here, and it tested this 163 line. I wanted to wait until the next candle confirms my thesis. So the next candle opens a little higher and basically dump hard right at 163. And I took it short right at the snap of my thesis of the support level. So I took it short here at 162.41 right here. And I was risking a little bit above 163. So somewhere like this. All right. And once again, it was a short sale of 50 shares. However, once I shorted it, the next candle it opened up. It got stuffed at the 9 EMA. So I'm thinking, okay, that's fine. My thesis is still good. And then we saw the red candle, and I'm still thinking it's good. And then hell broke loose. Okay. This candle came up, got stuffed at 163. Following my plan, I'm thinking, okay, the trade is still on because my plan is to risk a little bit above. And then the next candle got stuffed at 163 again. Okay, I'm now sitting actually pretty happy. The next candle opens lower, gets up to test the 163, gets stuffed again. Very wicky. I'm sitting okay. I'm feeling good. However, the next candle pops up, tests 163, and I'm still fine with it. The only thing that got me really worried was that it was trading in and around this 9 EMA, and this candle right here got scooped. Okay. And then eventually the next candle, it pops up, and it didn't just pop up massively really quick. It just pops up a little bit very slowly, right? And as it blows by my stop out, I was thinking, okay, I want to wait till the candle finishes, right? And then eventually the candle popped up to the 1350 area. I was piss scared at this point. And then as it came down, I just took it off. As I saw this wick, I just took it off and I stopped out scared. And that's it. Another trade. I think the thesis was good once again as prior support snaps became resistance. I was looking for more of a move of the 163 stuff and then fail because of this overall downtrend. I was looking to join the downtrend and just see this thing roll over around this 163 area. So it failed and I took it off, and that's lost 2 of 2 for me on the trades. That's trade number 2. Now, how much did I lose here? This was basically another dollar loss, so another 50 bucks. So now I'm down 100 on a small account, and I was sitting emotional. I was scared shitless, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? My long thesis is not working. My short thesis is not working. Then when I covered here, I thought quick as well. I'm thinking, oh shit, this is a reclaim of 163. This candle right here, it's a reclaim of 163. I'll wait, and if it holds 163, reclaims, I will take it long, as going back to my original bias of having W day being a bullish chart and making a run for it. So I waited. 1 candle, 2 candle, I saw it held 163 here. The next candle, it started running, and I'm like, okay, this is it. Here's that reclaim. The prior candle tested and held, and my risk was a little bit under this red candle. So I got in as quick as I could, and basically I bought it at 163.22. Okay, from here, I bought it and the stock shot up. Yay. Now, as it comes to the 50 EMA, this should be my first target, the 50 EMA. So I didn't take it off here. The next candle opens flat. dips down a little bit, comes back up. The next candle opens flat and dipped down a little bit. And as it dipped down, I took it off because I was watching the P&L. I paid myself a little bit, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, 50 cents move. That's a nice gain. I mean, it's not a great gain, but 50 cents is a nice scalp. So I paid myself a little bit because of my prior two trades that were losing trades. I was basically scared to trade right now, and I wanted to lock in as much gains as I could just so it doesn't reverse on me. My confidence was shot. So I paid myself here half of it, and then I watched it tag the VWAP. I watched it come down, and this got me worried as well as it came right back down. This candle closed at basically where my entry was. All right. However, I didn't take it off because my plan was to stop out right here. Right. So I still have that half left on, and then basically rolled this half up, and it tested the VWAP. It broke out. It broke out here on the VWAP. It sold off at 164.50. So I'm thinking, okay, 164.50 is a key mark here. If it gets back up there, I will pay myself some more. So it gets back up a little bit. I didn't even give it a chance to break through, and I started to pay myself because I was scared of losing my gains once again. So right here is what we're talking about. I paid myself another half, and then the rest of it I was holding. Now I have 13 shares, and the stock came back up over and break out 165, but then the next candle started coming down, and I was telling myself basically, fuck it, the trade is good. All the way from where 163.22 to 165, so that's $1.80. I basically took it off, and I made a win of $1.80. Good trade. Good trade in my opinion. $1.80, and I was risking what? How much? So about 15 cents down, plus another 22, 30, 37 cents. I was risking 40 cents. I made $1.80 on it. This was a good trade, and that was that. Okay. Trade number 4. Okay, so I saw this breakout of 145 fail. Let's mark off 145. 165. So 165, I saw it fail, and it's pulling back. It held the VWAP. It bounced. I was watching it. I contemplated taking this double top. I was thinking 165 double top, but it pushed through, and then the next candle, I was still, my confidence was still very shot, so I did not take it. I did not take the next candle because it was a stuff candle, yes indeed, and it did signal for a short. You had to wait for the next candle though. I mean, if the next candle was to open flat or a little lower than this candle, I would have took the short. However, it basically opened higher, and then it started pushing again. So I'm thinking, okay, scrap that double top idea because I think this thing still runs. After I thought about that, it started selling off. And then the next candle comes back up, it starts selling off again. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, oh, well, I missed the trade. And this was supposed to be a good double top entry. But however, this candle never gave me confirmation to get in, so I never got in. So I was watching as this thing sell off, and then I saw this candle happen. Right, this candle with massive volume. I mean, if you're looking at this volume right here on this candle compared to the previous candles, as it snaps VWAP, as the 9 EMA is coming down on it, as it pushes through the VWAP and the 50 EMA and brings it down, and it also made a green to red move. I'm thinking this thing is done backside, right? I think I also had a trend drawn out too. So let's take a look. I also had this trend drawn out. Yeah, I definitely did. I had this trend line mapped out. Okay, let's change the color here. I had this trend line mapped out, and basically this was the next trade I took. I saw the trend line snap. I saw it go. I saw it have significant volume compared to the prior candles. All the MAs were pushing down on it. It snapped through the VWAP. It did make a green to red close. Okay, so the next candle, I didn't want to miss out on this move, so I took it. All right, I took it. I took it short, and I was risking a little bit above here. No, I was risking a little bit above VWAP. That's what I was risking, somewhere around here, this 50 AMA VWAP area. Okay, I think it was VWAP for sure, but I'm not sure. I was risking a little bit above VWAP. So once I took it short, and 163.83 was where I took it short. All right. Oh, not even. I didn't risk the VWAP. I was thinking a little bit above 164. Yeah, definitely. That's why I took the trade, because my average was at 63.83, and I was risking a little bit above the 64 mark. So in essence, about 20 cents. So I liked the risk rewards. I took the trade and I shorted it right at the bottom of this candle as it snapped and went below the prior red. All right. So that was my entry. And of course, the next candle pushes up. And then I'm thinking I need to wait until the candle closes and see what happens next. So the candle closes, it came down, and it hit this 164. And from here, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking I still have VWAP helping me. I still have 50 and the 9 EMA helping me. Don't freak out. And then, of course, it pops up. However, I didn't cover. Now I'm stuck in bag holder mode. I'm personally in shock. All right. I'm stuck in bag holder mode. I'm in shock. The next candle opens lower, like literally way lower, and it started selling off again. I'm thinking, yay, maybe this was just a cover pop. It was just a fake out. So let's do this. Watch it come down, and then of course it gets bought back up again. And then the next candle, I waited again because I'm still thinking this was a cover pop. I just need to give it a little time to work. And then it dojied. And I waited some more, came down. So I'm happy. The next candle, open, started selling off. And I'm already celebrating. I'm like, finally, it's working. And it gets bought right back up. But now it's under a little bit, under the VWAP a little bit. All right. Now, because I sat through all this action, I am basically emotionally exhausted. And I'm thinking I need to get out, because my initial idea was to stop out at this 164 over under, right? And this candle basically gave me false hope. It closed, and it gave me false hope. It reclaimed and opened and closed higher, right? And then the next candle, it closed above the VWAP too. So I'm basically done with it. So the next candle, as it pops up, I'm thinking I can't handle the pain anymore. So I covered, and we saw this wick happen. I covered right here. The wick happened, and then plop. It comes right back down, literally right as I cover. So at the open of this candle, 7 seconds in, and just my luck, it just comes right back down to my entry price, and I could have held some more, or I could have got out even. I could have say, hey, this is a double bottom, it's not working, or whatever, or I'm just emotionally exhausted. I could have got out here had I waited. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, looking at this from my cover point, I'm looking at it right now. You don't understand if you don't see this candle form. It was very choppy. Basically, these two candles here, they chop really slowly down and really slowly up. And as it was coming up, I basically told myself I can't handle the pain anymore. And once I covered, plop, it drops down. And of course, the next few candles, it rides back up again. And basically, this is emotional fuckery at its finest because it failed VWAP, it broke the uptrend, it reclaimed VWAP again, and then it tapped the uptrend, and then it failed. All right. So by this time, I was stuck. I was down. How much money did I lose here on 50 shares? 50 cents. So I lost another 25 bucks on this, right? And then I was watching it some more. There is still time. I was watching it, and as I saw it reclaimed VWAP, failed and reclaimed again. Right now, I still didn't know. At this point in time, I still didn't know what I wanted to do with it because it was basically a sideways chop, all this chop, right? So I saw it test and break out 165. I saw this breakout 165 actually. I saw this breakout 165. I saw it get up and over, came down, and it starts holding, and then it starts grinding back up. I saw it made a higher low, right? So basically, previous low, and I saw it made higher low, and it held, and it starts grinding back up. So I took it at the breakout of 165 here, and I was risking a little bit around, I think I was risking somewhere around, yeah, here, right? Because I took the breakout of 165, I was risking a little bit under 164.75 area. So let's mark that off. 164.75. Okay. So as you can see, you know what? Let's change the color on this as well, so I can scroll back and let you see what I saw. Let's use orange. Okay. So I was risking this orange line on this long trade on this breakout. And as you can see, this orange line, it kind of matches up. It's a 75-cent mark, right? And it went up, it broke out, it tested 165.50. I did not take my gains here, and we're talking about this right here. It came back down, it held my stop, and then it got shot right back up, and I was sitting golden. From here, I paid myself a little bit because where did I pay myself? I paid myself basically 70 cents. Okay, I took half off because I thought 70-cent gain compared to my 25 cents, 30 cents risk. That's a 2-to-1. So I paid myself half a little bit, and I was holding it. And the target was, according to my thesis last night, 166.25, the high of days from yesterday. So I held the next half as I saw it come back up. I saw this dip, and I was once again very disturbed emotionally. So I'm thinking, why didn't I pay myself here, all of it? So as it came back up and reclaimed the 9 and started holding, I'm thinking, okay, if it doesn't break out, I saw it tap 166 a few times. It tapped here, it failed, it tapped and failed, it tapped and failed again. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to get out because this thing's not breaking 166. All right. So I got out and I paid myself a little bit more right here at 165.89 because I saw it keep tapping 166. Once I paid myself, this thing breaks out. Of course, it breaks out. Always after I take my entries or exits, right? It breaks out, and then I'm going, okay, I only have a quarter left, so let's hold it and set my stop at we're a little bit under the breakout mark. So this was the breakout mark. I was gonna set my stop a little bit under it. So if I draw a horizontal line across right here, that was about my stop. I set a hard stop actually at about 165.75 or something like that. or 73, right? Basically, a hard stop of 165.73, and then it rode up, it came down, and it stopped me out automatically, and that was it for the trade. So this was a long trade. This was a nice trade, right? Um, breakout trade from here to here. It wasn't the best. I couldn't have captured the top here because I wasn't patient enough. I saw it topping out, and that scared me. I did pay myself good. But in essence, the entry wasn't fantastic. It was very emotional because I was buying the highs. I was buying a breakout, but only because I saw it break out here, right? And I saw it break out here and here before the 165. So I'm thinking, okay, if it breaks out again, it could run. And I also saw it making higher lows. So from this low to this low to this low, right? So the third higher low, I decided to take it on the breakout, risking a little bit on the prior low, and that was my long trade. So that's the 5 trades. Now looking at the chart here, the thesis, the overall thesis, spot on. It did hold this major support area that I called last night. Here it is. And then it did rip, and it did hit my target right here in my area. Okay. And from there, it was 11:30, and I was done with it. I was basically done with it. So one of my rules is don't take another new trade past 11:30. So from here, I was done with it. I didn't take another trade, and I just let it be for the rest of the day. So that's my day for my small account challenge. As we're looking here, the reason why I titled this too many setups was I'm looking at the trades, right? Well, the first mistake is for me not being prepared enough, and I'm waking up late. So hold on, let's zoom out a little bit. The first mistake was for me waking up late and not being prepared. All right, even though I already had a thesis going into the day from last night, that's just lazy on my part, right? The double bottom, the thesis was good, except I just missed the fact that it didn't have significant volume. So setup number 1, trying to play the double bottom. Trade number 2, I'm trading the thesis of green to red. All right, so setup number 2. Setup number 3, a reclaim of key psychological whole number and a major resistance mark. That's setup number 3. Setup number 4, I'm trading green to red again. I'm trading the backside move, and I'm trading the VWAP drop. All right, so that's setup number 4. And then setup number 5, I'm trading a higher low and a breakout buy. So that's 5 different setups I played, okay? And that in itself, when it comes to building a small account, that's too many setups to be focused on right now. If you have a bigger account and you are a consistent winner or a consistent winning trader, then playing these many setups are okay, right? Because you do have the experience. But for me, because I'm playing with such a small account and every little bit counts, I really need to stick to that one setup that I'm comfortable with. Now, so far, I think in essence, because I've been trading for 2.5 years and knowing and seeing these setups so many times and knowing so many different types of setups, that in itself is a flaw to me trying to build a small account. Just because I have this much knowledge of setups, right? And I'm trying to take every single play that I've seen and that I know. In essence, I need to make a plan going into the tomorrow and the days to come that I only play 1 or 2 setups max. Okay, not 5 setups. And if I miss the trades, if I see the setup and I ignore it and don't play it, yes, I'm going to miss a trade, but I'm going to have to be okay with it, because at the end of the day, the big picture is that I am playing with a very small account. This is a small account challenge. And the way to build the account is to stick to that one key setup and sticking to the rules. All right. So going into tomorrow, I will try to become a little bit more disciplined, if not fully disciplined, and be better. Right now, my account, I don't have many tries left here. If every day I'm doing a $50 try, I think I have like 5 more days left until this thing blows up. So something needs to happen. I was talking to my mentor today, and I think I'm gonna have to take some time with him and develop a really good thesis on how I can get this account back to green and beat this fucking challenge, because this is very frustrating for me right now. And yeah, anyways, that's the recap of the day. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry it was a little long-winded. However, I hope you guys take away something that you can learn from today's recap. I did discuss 5 different setups. I mean, heck, so hopefully you guys could take away something. And thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Help me grow this YouTube channel. There's nothing more happier for me to see this YouTube channel grow as I put in content on a daily basis. It's basically what I want to see, right? So that's one of my goals, to build this YouTube channel and also bring content daily to you guys, and hopefully show you guys and share with you guys my trading experience. That way people can either learn from it or not make the same mistakes I make. So make sure you hit that like button, and feel free to share this. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, guys. Ciao.